right, what is going on, everybody? Good morning, good morning. What is today? Today is currently Sunday, December 31st. It is officially the last day of 2023. It is currently kind of the opposite end of the spectrum from the last video, from yesterday's video. It is about 5:15, just after 5 o'clock at night. Technically afternoon, I guess you could say, but it gets dark at like 3:30 around here, so it's nighttime. It's pitch black outside. It's night. I'm gonna call it night. But no. More importantly, today is leg day. Woo! Oh yeah, it's gonna be a good one. I'm gonna go through my warm-ups, and then I'm gonna end up starting things off with hamstrings. So if you recall, on the pull day 2 days ago, I started off with hamstrings doing the stiff leg deadlifts. On leg days, actually, I'm not technically starting on hamstrings. I'm going to start calves. So calves, I tend to currently train like a couple times a week, not just on leg days. I usually train them because I have the home gym. I'll kind of come out here occasionally, maybe like once every other day, just hit a few sets on the leg press or something. Just because I have access to the home gym. I don't really have a strict schedule of them besides doing like 4 to 5 sets of calf presses or some type of calf movement, fairly heavy prior to my leg workouts. So that's where I'm actually going to start. After that, moving into some seated leg curls. Now, my leg workouts tend to be biased more towards quads, because I do on my pull days the posterior chain work, so things like glutes, hamstrings, that kind of stuff. So usually I don't do a lot of volume for hamstrings on my leg days, but I will start off with like 4 sets on the seated leg curl. Usually 2 will be pretty heavy, working with a little bit over the stack. So throwing that around for a couple sets, aiming for like 6 to 10 reps. And then I drop the weight down and I do a little bit higher volume, so like 12 to 15 reps for 2 sets. And that's pretty much the extent of my hamstring work on my leg days specifically. It's what's worked for me, it's what I enjoy. And again, because I do the vast majority of like my hamstring work, I guess you could say, or because I do additional hamstring work on my pull days, or posterior chain in general, because glutes when I do hip thrusts, things like that, I don't need to put in a ton of volume on my quad or on my leg days specifically. So they tend to be biased, like I said, more towards quads, which means once I finish with the seated leg curl, then I usually like to start off with just one warm-up set of leg extensions. So again, kind of get the quads firing, get the blood pumping, get my knees moving and everything before moving into some type of heavy squatting based movement. So either like typically what I've been doing is a safety squat, or I guess it's technically a high bar setting on the Kabuki transformer bar. So kind of like a safety bar squat has been like my main compound movement for legs. Or depending on how my back is feeling, I'll do belt squats, which usually I will alternate between the transformer and belt squats. So like today, I'll probably do belt squats just to give my lower back a little bit more time to recover from the heavy stiff leg deadlifts 2 days ago. And then next week around, when I do hip thrust instead of the stiff leg deadlifts on my pull days, then I'll come in here and I will hit the heavy transformer bar, safety bar squats. So again, giving my lower back enough time to recover between those heavier compound movements is just what I find works best for me. Now, some people, they may be able to come in and just hit standard squats every leg day, as well as standard stiff leg deadlifts every pull day, or whatever it may be. But for me personally, I've played around with it a lot, and this is what I find works best in terms of my recovery. Now, something else to mention is that could change as I get into a caloric surplus, into a bulk, because as you're in a bulk, or when you're in a bulk, your recovery is going to be significantly better than when you're in a caloric deficit or a cut, simply because your body is able to recover because you're eating more food. You're eating enough food to actually sustain and repair the damage that you're creating during an intense workout. Versus in a caloric deficit, your body is then burning the fat and everything else, and it's technically not able to fully recover compared to when you're eating in a surplus. Total daily energy expenditure being greater than the total calories you're consuming, resulting in poor recovery in a cut, versus TDEE being less than the total calories you're consuming in a surplus, resulting in a greater recovery. Theoretically, that's the whole principle behind it. All that to say, you eat more food, you can recover from a hard workout better, versus not eating enough food, you're not going to recover as well. Just keep it simple, stupid. Kiss. Oh, shit. Oh, man. Just about lost my life there. Flashed before my eyes. But no, that's kind of the start of the workout. Then once I finish off with that, I'll usually go back to leg extensions for like 2 or 3 sets. Again, kind of keeping one heavy and then 2 higher volume. Something that I've been doing lately that I've actually really enjoyed is supersetting the leg extensions with something like sissy squats, so body weight sissy squats. So I'll see how I feel about that today. Otherwise, after the leg extensions, I'll usually go into something like a Bulgarian split squat, trying to bias the quad as much as possible. And then I usually like to finish off the leg workout with some adductor work. So that's unfortunately one machine that I really wish I could find and get in the gym is an adductor-abductor combo. But I can't, there hasn't been anything on Facebook to come up for a couple of years really, since back before I had the space where now I could get rid of something and kind of rearrange some stuff to make room for one, at least currently. We'll see as the year progresses how things change. But as I was saying, that's one piece of equipment that I really wish I had in here. The way I tend to do them in place of using a dedicated piece of equipment is I'll just do an ankle cuff around my ankle, and you guys will probably see this. Hook it up to the low cable pulley on my Aries system inside my rack, and then basically just go from out, pulling in, working the adductor. Other things that work for that are things like Cossack squats, but overall, doing the cable adductors tend to be one of the best options when I'm in this gym in particular. So yeah, all that to say, that's kind of the entire layout for today's workout. So kind of quick recap. And again, you guys will all see this as we go through it, but 4 to 5 sets on the leg press, doing calves, going pretty heavy there. 4 sets on the seated leg curl for hamstrings, 2 heavy, 2 high volume. Then 1 set of a warm-up for leg extensions. Moving into today is going to be the belt squat, doing 2 sets there probably. 1 really heavy set and then 1 back off set, so a top set and a back off. Then moving back to the leg extension, potentially supersetting with sissy squats for at least 2 sets, maybe 3, depends on how I'm feeling after the belt squats and whether or not I do the superset. And then finishing it off with Bulgarian split squats for like 2 sets. Occasionally I like to throw in like Bulgarian split squats of death, the John Meadows style. But we'll see how that feels. Usually just 1 or 2 sets of that, and then finishing it off with the cable adductors. So that's pretty much the whole workout for today. I don't think there's anything else really to touch on right now. I am officially going to be ending the deficit pretty much as of like today. I did all my meal prepping for this coming week today. And I've kind of been increasing my caloric intake today, so I'm not in a super strict deficit, or I'm actually not even in a deficit. I should be in a maintenance as if I've calculated everything correct. But no, that's kind of something to mention. I'm going to be transitioning into a maintenance or possibly a surplus, depending on how things go this week. But basically, and I'm just going to do this real quick, basically, so that I can get into the workout, I am going to be going from eating 200 grams of protein per day 100 grams of carbs and 50 grams of fat. So just around 1,600 calories is what my caloric intake and my macro breakdown was this past 2 weeks. My new target macros are going to be 180 to 185 grams of protein, 250 grams of carbs, and 75 grams of fat. So jumping up to like around 2,350 calories roughly, which is a fairly substantial increase. It's a fairly substantial change. Now, the reason that I was at such a low caloric deficit, or I guess high caloric deficit, low caloric intake over the past couple weeks is because of one, Christmas, and then two, on the 18th was my wife and I's anniversary. So that week we had essentially a free meal, and then Christmas again was a free meal. So basically I kind of treated it like carb cycling, roughly. So basically it was super, super low, and then you spike everything up for a day with a free meal, or in terms of like carb cycling, it'd be an increase in carbs and so on and so forth, and then it comes back down. And then Christmas being another meal or another free meal, another free day, spikes way back up, and then it comes back down. So overall, it just kind of averages out. It's just a different way of doing things, and it's something that I probably would not recommend to most people. I just know my body, and I know what works for me, and I knew that I could suffer through those intense low days when I had the goal of those high days coming up, and I knew that I'd be all right for that. I also knew that that was at the very tail end of the cut, so I knew that it would be for only a couple weeks at the most before we transition out of it, which is what's happening now. So like I said, the reason that I'm jumping from about 1,600 calories to almost 2,400 calories, so that's like a 800 calorie intake, or almost like a 50% increase in my caloric intake. The reason for that is just because I was in a very, very extreme deficit. And that is not, like I said, something that I would recommend anybody or everybody do, especially if you don't know what you're doing. But it is what works for me, what worked for me. It's not what works, just what worked for me at that time, given the circumstances. And now, getting back to that 2,400 caloric intake is kind of where my maintenance should be based on my total daily energy expenditure. Lots of big words, lots of big things. I'm not going to break it down too much in this video. If you guys have questions about it, let me know. But all that to say, I was eating almost nothing the past 2 weeks, and I'm going to be eating significantly more, and I am very happy about that. So anyway, I am going to down my pre-workout. It's like, almost 5:30. I've been talking for way too fucking long. So we got to get into this workout, and I got to get it finished before it gets too late. Pre-workout today, 1 scoop, actually not even 1 scoop, about a half a scoop of ignition switch, axe and sledge, 1 scoop of hydraulic, 1 teaspoon pink salt, 5 grams creatine, 2.5 grams beta-alanine, and then my intra-workout off to the side here, my handy-dandy half-gallon jug. The typical 1 scoop grind and a stick of Crystal Light. So yeah, that's the pre-workout and intra-workout stack. I'm going to down this, do my warm-ups, and then I will check back in with you on the calf presses. Cheers. All right, so I've already done 1 set here, but basically there's nothing too fancy about this. Calf presses on the leg press machine. Big thing here for me personally is I like to focus on pausing at the stretch and pausing at the peak of the contraction for a couple of seconds or a couple of counts. With this one, I'm doing like around 12 to 15 reps, including like a 2 to 3 count pause at the bottom and top. And yeah, just going through 4 or 5 sets here and then moving on to the leg curls. So I'm just going to record 1 set just so you guys can see what I'm talking about with the pause. Otherwise, this is nothing too fancy or interesting. So let's get right into it. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna sit here, do like 3 more sets of that, and then move on to the seated leg curls. Oh, Huey, why the fuck am I yawning? Ugh. Just to touch on why I do calves first, as opposed to a lot of people tend to throw calves in at the end. For me, it's mainly because if I throw them in at the end, I'm going to half-ass them because I'll be pretty exhausted and fatigued from my actual leg workout, versus throwing them in at the start. I'm hitting them when I'm fresh. I basically can kind of get them out of the way, so to speak. But when I'm fresh and strongest, I'm able to put as much emphasis and effort into them as I can, which also helps because I'm trying to put a little bit more emphasis on them. So it's kind of the same principle of what I like to do with any type of lagging muscle group. Not that I really have any lagging muscle group, so to speak. I mean, I guess I could say my chest if I had to really pick one. But basically, any muscle group that you want to put more emphasis into, if you do, say, have a lagging muscle group, then the way to do that will be to put it in at the start of your workout. So by putting it in at the start, you're hitting it when it's fresh, when you're strongest, so that you can put as much emphasis on it as physically possible. So that's kind of the whole idea behind why I'm hitting them first. On top of, at the end of my leg workout, I'm pretty fatigued and exhausted, and I don't feel like doing anything additional. So yeah, that's my whole philosophy behind doing calves first. But anyway, I am going to sit here, do like 3 more sets, like I said, and then I'll check back in with you guys on the first working set of seated leg curls. Okay, so getting into the first working set here on the seated leg curl. Excuse me. So as you can see, I have got a gym pin thrown in the stack because the stack on this machine is too light, especially this when I'm starting out fresh in a workout. Maybe towards the end of the workout, if I was focusing on hamstrings more prior to them, then I might be fine with the stack. But as it stands, the stack is too light, so I've got the gym pin on there with currently just a 25 on as well. Pink bumpers. Weight is weight. It doesn't matter. It is what it is. But no, we're going to throw this around. Goal is like 10-ish reps. This is not the most I've done on this particular machine. I think a week and a half ago, so like 2 or 3 workouts ago, I was up to 45 on there. So yeah, I took kind of like a deload last week, so I'm not going super crazy this week. Otherwise, I would not be able to walk the next couple days. And my hamstrings are also still kind of sore from the stiff leg deadlifts 2 days ago. So I don't want to push myself to the point that I'm going to hurt myself, which means reducing the weight a little bit and upping the volume a touch. So that's what we're going to do. Aiming for, like I said, 10-ish reps. And then we will drop the extra weight off the stack and just throw the stack around after that for as many reps as possible on the second set. And then we'll drop it again by like 20%. Throw it around again, and then do the same thing for a final set. So let's get the music rocking and rolling, and let's do this thing. There we go. Locked and loaded. I'll move this up too far back. There we go. Oh, fuck, come on, this is heavy. Oh. One more. Oh, shit. Let's throw some partials in now. Shit. Get me the fuck out of here. Ouch. Oh, damn. Come on, music, pause. Oh, look at that. I got mustard on my sleeve. Okay. Shit, that was heavier than I expected. My hamstrings are definitely fatigued from these stiff leg deadlifts a couple days ago. So, yeah, gonna drop the excess weight, and then we'll do another set after I catch my breath, and then we'll do the same thing again 2 more times. Alright, shiddlesticks. Move that over. Get strapped in here. Come on. Throw the stack around. Come on. God damn it. Oh, that was a good set. 2 more. Slow it down. Oh man. Okay. Oh. Ow. I'm thinking I'm gonna have to call hamstrings there. It was only 3 sets, but they are starting to cramp up on me. Whew, man. Yeah, they're still pretty fatigued. Like I said, from these stiff leg deadlifts 2 days ago. And that's in part because of basically taking like a deload the week prior to starting all this. Over Christmas and everything, when I was in that super strict caloric deficit, I did not want to push myself to risk injury, so I basically just did I still pushed myself, but I did like half the volume of what I'm doing now, or what I would have done the couple weeks prior to that, even being in a deficit. So essentially, it treated it like a deload, which it was time for after being at a fairly high intensity for around, 8-ish weeks. I very rarely take deloads, especially when I'm in a surplus. It's more of just based on how I'm feeling. I might take an extra rest day here and there. But yeah, because when I come off of a deload, I tend to get more fatigued from things like this, from things like the stiff leg deadlifts. So it takes longer to recover, and I'm not able to push myself as much. And overall, I just don't feel like I need a deload as often, especially when I'm in a surplus as opposed to a deficit or a bulk versus a cut. But anyway, I'm rambling. I'm going to do a single set of light leg extensions and then start warming up on the belt squat. So I will check back in with you probably when I hit my first set on the belt squat. Because leg extensions, you'll see them in a few minutes after I finish that anyway. So I don't need to worry about showing you guys the warm up. All right, hopefully I'm in frame here. Can't quite see it that far away. But no, getting into the top set for this. So I've finished off my warm-ups. Aiming for like 8 to 12 controlled reps, so not throwing the weight around too much. And with this one, I'm really focusing on, as much as possible, constant movement. So trying not to pause at the top at lockout to rest. Trying to continue the reps and push through them as much as I can, and just try and keep the reps going basically. So that's the goal. And we're going to aim for, like I said, around 8 to 12 with this weight. See how we do, and then drop the weight after this and do one more set. Come on. Oh, shit. So something else that I was trying not to do, which I didn't mention, is trying to avoid pulling on the handles as much as I can so that I'm basically not assisting myself or spotting or cheating, whatever you want to call it, as much as possible. Of course, as you hit failure, they're a great tool in order to kind of push past those sticking points, push past what would regularly be failure. But during the main portion of the set, just trying to focus on not using them as much as possible. And the other thing, like I said, constant motion. The only time I stopped, I think, were on the last 2 reps, just because I started getting out of breath. Even though I've been doing and continue to do 30 to 60 minutes of cardio on these stairs every day, shit like this never gets easier. But no, I'm gonna catch my breath, drop the 25s off each side, and then go for one more set. Then we'll move into leg extensions. Right now, the way I'm feeling, I'm gonna superset them with the bodyweight sissy squats, and then finish off the workout with a couple sets of adductors. Oh man. Up we go. Okay, last set, best set. Don't know how many I'm gonna get, but we're just gonna rip it until we fucking collapse. Slow it down. Don't fucking stop. That's it. Oh, fuck. Yeah. Oh, fuck. Oh, damn it. Oh, shit, excuse me. God damn it. I don't know how many I got, but that was a damn good set. So I'm gonna, again, replace the oxygen deficit and then move into probably 3 sets of leg extensions superset with body weight sissy squats. People are starting fireworks. Forgot it was New Year's Eve. Oh boy. What a damn good way to ring in the new year. Oh man. Second best way to ring in the new year, if you catch my drift. Oh. Shit, gotta be careful. Gotta be real careful getting in this damn machine sometimes. Oh, if you guys know what I mean. The guys out there mainly should. Gotta be real careful with certain precious objects, I guess you could say. Okay, let's get strapped in. Alright, and then let's just let this rip. Baby, let it rip. Alright. Come on, music. There we go. Come on, get me the fuck out of here. Oh. Straight into body weight sissy squats. Okay. Don't throw up. Oh, excuse me. God damn it. All right. Straight into it. Oh man. God damn it, that fucking burns. Yeah, 2 more sets of that. couple sets of adductors, and that's gonna be it for the workout. Oh shit. Oh. All right. Okay, that's it for the leg extension sissy squat combo. Superset, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Oh man. On to adductors for 2 sets, and then we'll take a quick look at the pump. And then that's gonna be it for today's leg workout. The last workout of 2023. Woo! Fuck. All right, let's get it. Come on. All right, so you can see this is a pretty simple and straightforward setup for working the adductors. I've just got an ankle strap. I don't know if you can see it on here, but I've got an ankle strap hooked onto each leg, tying it into the low cable position of my Aries. Works for any functional trainer. And then I'm just taking a step back, holding on to brace something so I can really focus on just my adductor. And I'm just pulling my leg in. So yeah, real simple setup. Not the most efficient way to train them. Ideally, like I said before, I would have an actual dedicated machine specifically for this. But given the limited equipment, I say that humbly, in the garage, this is the best way I have of training them. So maybe someday we'll get an adductor in here. For now though, this will work. All right. Oh, that's it. Oh, come on. Fucking thing. There we go. One more. We'll take a look at the pump and call it a day. Come on, last set, best set. Oh, that's it. All right. Let's take a quick look at the pump, and then I'm gonna go get some dinner. Also, I think my camera is about to die, so I gotta swap out the battery real quick. Okay, let me get these off here. Come on, just put these on my necklace here for a minute. And then let's just get straight down to business. Drop that exposure down a touch, right about there, should be good. All right, class, show and tell time. Here we go. Oh, lose the knee wraps, knee sleeves as well. Come on. Fucking sweaty, sticking to everything. There we go, that's good enough. Okay. I think we might actually have to, let's see, move that. Bump the exposure back up just a touch. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Bring it back down. Yeah, we'll see. I'll see how that looks in post and then just remember for next time. Ooh, damn. I'm seeing some feathering in my quads right along here that I was not seeing last week. That's kind of nice. I don't know if that's coming through on camera or not, but that's fucking, I always love seeing new fucking changes. It's the one thing about a deficit or a cut that's always fun, is chiseling away at all of the additional layer of fat and revealing the work you have put in is always a nice thing. It's always a rewarding experience, I guess you could say. It's the perks of starving yourself. Oh boy. But yeah, I don't know how well this is coming through on camera. Legs are one of those things where it's a little tricky in this gym to really show. I don't have a great spot for it. Oh, but no, I fucking love that right there. Again, just seeing those seeing that feathering in the quad come through. A little vein there that I haven't seen before. That's nice. I like that. Whew. Don't fall over here. Calves actually looking pretty decent. I don't know if you guys can see them or not. But no. Don't trip on my pants. Did not get super crazy lean this cut. Last year I definitely got a lot leaner. I think I got down to, what was my end weight last year? Geez, I think I was at I want to say like 158 was my lowest weigh-in of last year, which this year was only like 168, I think was the lowest weigh-in of this cut, this deficit. I definitely can tell though, if I had continued and got to the same leanness, same body fat as I did last year, I probably would have been sitting like closer to 162, 160-ish, which is definitely a good improvement in terms of like progress for not even 8 months of being in a surplus, because it was a pretty short bulk, but I did go a little bit crazy and I got up to like 195. So I jumped up like, what is that? Almost 40 pounds, in like 8 months, which is not a small amount, not a crazy amount, but considering I wasn't on any kind of had PEDs, performance enhancing drugs, anything like that. It was all natural. I hate saying that, but just it was all natty. Versus now I am on TRT, and I have been for about 2.5 months. Not a crazy long time at all. Just towards the tail end of the cut, I went to a clinic and got prescribed TRT and have been on it for about 10 weeks now. Can be just fully transparent with you guys on that. I don't care. It is what it is. I'm getting older. I'll be 31 in like 3 weeks, less than 3 weeks, in 18 days, give or take. So yeah, my natural testosterone levels, I've been getting blood work done regularly for the past couple years, and they've just been steadily declining to the point where TRT was now kind of I don't want to say necessity, but it was a very solid choice. In terms of the benefits of it, I have definitely noticed a very significant uptick, even more so outside of the gym, just in my general mood and daily life, versus before being on TRT. So it's one of those things where it was just kind of a discussion I had with my doctor and went to a clinic and got prescribed, and we're working on trying to figure out the perfect dose currently. I think we're going to be increasing it probably soon. I'm only sitting at 100 milligrams of testosterone cypionate per week, and that's keeping my levels like right around the 600 range. So it's definitely not crazy by any means. So we'll have to see where we want to push it, because she was saying she wanted me to be a little bit higher than that, and my doctor was saying that. And yeah, we'll have to see what we end up doing in the coming weeks. So I'll kind of keep you guys updated on that occasionally. But for right now, I am done with the workout. I am fucking exhausted. I am hungry. And yeah, it was a good one. Great way to finish out the year. I gotta go inside, help my wife get our son ready for bed. And then... what is that sound? Oh, people driving by playing music and fireworks going off. Keep forgetting that it's New Year's Eve. I don't know why, it just doesn't feel like it. But no, gotta get my son ready for bed, go eat some food, and then just hang out for the rest of the evening with my wife. That's pretty much the plan. So I will see you guys. Tomorrow is probably gonna be a rest day. So I think I've talked about this a little bit before, but I basically do push, pull, push, pull, arms, legs, rest, so 5-day cycle, and then repeat. And I change like the muscle emphasis kind of each cycle or each workout cycle, each wave, I guess you could call it. I don't know. But no, basically all that to say, tomorrow's going to be a rest day, so I won't see you again until the day after tomorrow, whatever that is for you. For me, that will be the 2nd of January. So yeah, going to be not working out on the first day of the year. Gonna be taking a rest day. I don't know if that has something to say about how my year's gonna go. What's the whole like old adage of start your year out the way you want your year to go? Do this and that's how your year's gonna go. I don't fucking care. I don't care. I'm just gonna stick to my routine and do what I do. So yeah, I will probably be filming a review video of some kind tomorrow and cleaning the gym, because I have got to get this gym organized, right? It is a bit of a disaster. I've also got a woodworking project in the house because it's been raining so much that I need to finish. So hopefully tomorrow the weather will be nice enough that I can finish that up so I can get some stuff put away on shelves. I can get the inside of the house cleaned up, get the garage cleaned up, and just overall get a whole bunch of shit done. So that'll be a good start to the year. Very positive, progressive? No. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I'm tired. I'm hungry. That's it for me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I will see you all in the next one.